guys. But yeah, this is great. That being said, let's not get our head over ourselves because Epic Games is coming at us. And they got a Fire Water Grass core of their own, as well as with Metagross, Amoonguss, and Raging Bolt. I think I've seen this team before. If I'm not mistaken. Urshifu is the one challenge I have, but I think I can get away with beating it. The one challenge is their own Rillaboom, right? Because I feel like Primarina looks really good in this matchup. And Farigiraf can support Primarina. Okay, so I kind of want to go with Primarina for Farigiraf. I think that's going to be the mode I'm going for. Because Primarina is actually a Grass Terra. So if Amoonguss comes out to play, I'm good. Don't worry about it. From there, I'll go with... I think Ursaluna to clean things up. And I think I'll go for my own Rillaboom. This one doesn't have high horsepower, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I don't have as strong of a hit on both Bolt and Metagross as I would like. But I think I can get a good game. Like, Primarina does really well against Urshifu, decent against a Metagross, but really well against... and Grass Terra honestly helps me out against Rillaboom as well. So let's see what the opponent's starting off with, and we'll go from there. So, Bolt and Incineroar versus Primarina and Farigiraf. Okay, so nice thing here is that Incineroar is incentivized not to click Fake Out, but I also am worried about eating a pretty big knockoff immediately, right? So I do feel confident firing off a Hyper Voice immediately. I don't know if I want to do Helping Hand or if I want to do something else. I honestly wouldn't mind firing off my own Rillaboom here. They would anticipate that I would want to stay in with Farigiraf and not click the Fake Out button, right? So, or Thunderclap here. Bolt might try to set up Calm Mind, but if I can get Bolt to a point where it's not going to do that much damage, like that, we can win this. Okay, so Incineroar just sets up Parting Shot against Primarina. So, dang, that would have been an okay opportunity to set up Trick Room, I guess. Also knowing that Primarina is slower than Bolt actually would have helped out too. But I could see their play there. Say, hey, you're going to get Trick Room up anyways. I'm glad I didn't commit a Terra. That would have been kind of disastrous. Alright, Metagross comes out to play. And we do fire off this Hyper Voice. Not really effective on either, but alright, not definitely not effective. But luckily we get a special attack boost, so we're now neutral special attack. Bolt reveals that it does have the yeah, I know this Bolt. I feature a Bolt pretty similar to this. I know this team. And then we have Reggie, and then Metagross. So we know it's Incineroar, Metagross, Bolt. I do feel confident. Maybe I'll set up my own Calm Mind. And I'll set up I'll Fake Out turn 1. I think the one challenge is I don't know Metagross's speed. I'm hoping that Metagross doesn't have much speed. But you just saw me use Throat Spray. I don't get why you did that play. Okay. I guess they were predicting I would switch out Primarina. Now, I'm at +1 special attack, you're at +1 special defense, and I'm also at +1 special defense as well. Metagross heals. Yeah, so we know the turn order, essentially. I think in this case, I'm down to Hyper Voice on both, and I'm actually going to U-turn now into Metagross as well. Okay, Bolt doesn't protect, but I get them U-turn on Metagross to then now bring it in Farigiraf here. Blood Moon can definitely pop off. I just need to get the right positioning for it. Yeah, Bolt sets up another Calm Mind, sure. I think that this is one of the big challenges I have to contend with Bolt using Calm Mind all the time. the threat of the long necks. Alright, so knock off. That was just a one-hit KO. Jeez. Okay. Jeez, Farigiraf got rocked by that. That was not fun. Well, I don't get fake out this game, which kind of hurts. But I'm close to knocking out Metagross, which is nice. They did a lot of damage, so I do feel like I can set up another fake out and then go into using Calm Mind again. Yeah. Because now I'm at +1 and +1 defense. So I can get back another one. And I'll fake out Metagross. Metagross switches, sure. Because what I'm hoping is that I get to a game state where I could also Grass Terra. Okay, so we are going to see that thunderclapping coming our way. Okay. Yeah, it was that quick, yeah. That is very true, yeah. It was definitely a very quick, like, oh, I got knocked out, which was a rough one. Okay, here I definitely feel like I can Grass Terra, and I'm going to Hyper Voice on both with that +2, and I'm going to U-turn into Bolt to get some chip. This allows me to say, hey, if Thunderclap comes off, I'm not as worried about it. I do now have to worry about the Dragon-type moves, but I think with Blood Moon on the field as well, I can make my opponent kind of think twice before they go for something. Yeah, I should have thought about that a little bit further, saying, hey, they do have Fake Out Pressure, so they can easily go for Fake Out there. But I'm hopeful here that now, with Blood Moon and Primarina kind of threatening, they have to kind of think twice of how they want to play this. So we are going to eat up Dragon Pulse on Blood Moon's side. Does a lot of damage, which isn't great. Ooh, yeah, this is a tough one. I think the issue was I didn't kind of read through the fake out part, and I should have just protected that turn, saying, hey, and then have Rillaboom go after Bolt. But yeah, this is definitely a tough thing, because Bolt can stick on the field for a very long time. But I'm actually going to try to pressure the opponent and saying, hey, you know what? You can only target one down, one Pokemon, and I'm going to try to double up on the Bolt slot. Bolt could definitely protect here, absolutely. But Bolt decides not to protect here. Alright, so my hope here is that we get a crit. Flare Blitz comes off. That's actually going to hurt, yeah. And that was the problem of, like, me Grass Terran kind of early. Alright, so it's game over. Unfortunately. We just don't have enough firepower. Yeah, and that was definitely a turn. I'll point to that turn. If I protected instead of going for the Grass Terra, I think that could have been a lot cleaner. But yeah, Bolt does really well on these types of compositions just because it's just super bulky. Sets up enough Calm Minds, and then it just Dragon Pulse and Thunderclaps to Kingdom Come. And the only threat to it was Primarina. They found a way to threaten it off, and once they're done, they're done. Yeah, Fluttermane also runs into a very similar issue because Thunderclap is a big threat. And yeah, they recognize, hey, Farigiraf was their is my biggest threat. Stops priority, and with support from Farigiraf, Primarina, it can't really. Primarina really threatens Bolt if I set up a Trick Room, for instance. So yeah, they had a easy way to do that. Hey, what?